What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is just gonna be a quick reflection on this tonight's episode of Big Brother. So tonight was the nomination ceremony. I mean, oh lord, yeah, the nomination and the new head of household competition. And so, okay, a couple of things I want to say before I get started. First of all, word on the street is that Lolo Jones has been put out of the Big Brother house because she assaulted Tamar. She slapped Tamar's glasses off her face or something to that effect. Now, um, it's clear that Lolo's aggressive. We're gonna get to that later on, but Lolo got some aggression in her. We saw it the other night where Tamar was like, "Don't get smacked," and Lolo like went off, and Tamar was like, "Okay, I was just playing. Like, I didn't know you was gonna go to 100." Um, that's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say was I really like how I really like what I'm seeing with this whole celebrity Big Brother thing, because a lot of stuff that we see go on in regular Big Brother, they are like breaking norms. And if you're a Big Brother fan like I am, I watch. I love Big Brother. I really like um I like the show anyway. Yeah. So, but a lot of norms and things that we know that people do, or they come up with these ideas on how to play the game, and then every season sort of mimics that because the last season did it. They are like breaking those norms, and I love it. I love what I'm seeing here. So tonight's norm that was sort of broken was where we're going to start off, where it's this whole thing of who voted for who and who voted with the house and who voted against the house. Okay, so we know that Jonathan was voted out. Only one person didn't vote Jonathan out. And y'all know, Tamar get on my nerves as much as the next person, but y'all be making me agree with Tamar sometimes, because Tamar is actually one of the smartest people playing this goddamn game. And they in the room trying to figure out who was the one person that voted for Candy instead of voting for Jonathan. And of course they thought it was Tamar, which I could understand everybody thinking that it was Tamar. So Tamar comes in the room and they were like, well, who did you vote for? And Tamar was like, Jonathan. Like, wasn't that the plan? Why you asking me who I voted for? And they're like, well, we're just trying to figure out who voted for Candy. And Tamar was like, Dina. She was like, she's friends with Jonathan. They've known each other for 500 years, since going back to Mean Girls. Why wouldn't she vote to save him? Like, why wouldn't she vote for him? So then they start talking about, well, she went against the girls and she's not with the girls. And Tamar was like, why does it fucking matter? Like, the objective was to get Jonathan out the house. He's out the house. Who cares? The one person that didn't vote your way, why does it matter? Well, because we just want to know who didn't vote with the group. But come to find out, and as I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I'm like, well, who reached out to her? I don't remember seeing any scenes, and I know it's edited, but I don't remember seeing any scenes where um anybody approached Dana and said, let's be in an alliance, so we're going to do an all-girls alliance, what's up? I don't remember I don't remember seeing any scenes where any of those girls were having a conversation with her, and I'm sure they did. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't important enough for them to keep it in the show. You know what I'm saying? So why all of a sudden now you surprised that she didn't go along with y'all's plan? Come to find out, she didn't even know about the damn plan. So y'all sitting here worrying yourselves about something that is just so not that important. All you have to worry about is who in your alliance voted. If everybody in your alliance voted the way they were supposed to vote, then the rest of this shit don't even matter. And that's what Tamar was saying, and that's what I was saying. So then Natalie was like, well, it matters to me too. Tamar was like, y'all just dumb. Like, that's just dumb. So then Dina comes in the room. They're in the kitchen or in the pantry having this conversation, excuse me. And Natalie tries to give Dina a hug, and Dina walks right by her like, yeah, nah, whatever. And I was like, that's right, you better do that. Exactly. Now, I ain't playing that fake game with you. So anyway, I've rambled on enough about that. So the head of household competition was one of those endurance competitions, and I'm glad it was edited down. So basically, we just saw what the competition was and who the hell won. And what basically the whole theme was like rock star, whatever, and they were throwing sweet stuff at them. And it was basically who could stay up here the longest. Tom was the first to fall. Then Candy. Candy was like, look, I just didn't want to be first. She said her booty was not, that wall was not for people with big booties, because she just couldn't, get comfortable, whatever. But Tom fell first, then Candy fell. I'm really not sure the rest of the order, but what I do know is Tamar ass is so fucking dramatic. She said she was having a panic attack because she's scared of heights. So she was up there having a panic attack, but then she was scared to jump because she was having. And Candy was like, "Just jump. Like you're right there. Like if you're right there." Now I don't want to lessen somebody's situation because, and y'all know they was shading the fuck out of Candy because under Candy's name, on when they talk about who people are, it says TV personality. Under Tamar's name, it says singer. Candy a goddamn singer, songwriter. Like, why y'all reducing her to a reality star? She's on reality TV because of her other accomplishments, but anyway, whatever. I ain't even gonna go down that road. It's whatever. So it came down to everybody had fallen except for Kato, Natalie, and Joey. And basically, Kato was like, I know I can't rely on anybody else. I need to make sure that, I win so, me or Tom win so that we can, keep our place secure in this house. And of course, Tom, like I said, was the first one to fall. So he's trying to make deals with the rest of them. Dina is on the side talking about some, no, don't jump, everybody stay. So Kato was like, And he was like, I thought me and Dina were cool, but she rooting against me. What's that about? So Kato basically ends up convincing, Joey done already told y'all he ain't in no damn alliance. So when Kato told him, look, you're safe. If you stick with me, I promise that you're safe. I'm not gonna, put you up on the block. Joey was like, shit, I'm good. Like, he don't have to worry about nobody else because he done already told y'all he playing for self, right? But it does seem like he's sort of leaning a little bit towards the Kato, Ryan, that side of the house. So then Natalie was like, well, I tell you what, if you telling me that you're not going to put me up, then that'll secure my spot and I can live to play another day. Now all I got to do is focus and make sure that my girls don't go up on the block. Okay, cool. So everybody comes down, blah, 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 blah. Tamar lets Natalie know off the break. You ain't make no deals for none of your alliance. And so you left me high and dry because I know I'm going on the block. Like, I don't have no relationship with Kato. Me and him ain't never talk game. Every time I've tried to talk game with him, he won't talk to me. So I already know I'm going up on the block. And you ain't even make sure that you was looking out for me. Well, on one hand, you're right, but y'all damn alliance is so damn big, he really couldn't make a deal with every damn body. Y'all got a big ass alliance. So we go through. I'm trying to cut through some of this minutia, right? All right. So Lolo ends up having a conversation with Dina. And she's trying to talk a little game with Dina. And Dina explains why she was angry with Kato. She was angry with Kato because she went to Kato before the vote and talked to Kato and was like, I don't know who to vote for. What should I do? And Kato, and here's the thing. I don't think Kato said anything wrong, at least from what they showed us. Kato said, you have to vote your gut. Like, you have to nobody can make that decision for you. You have to make that decision. Now, to hear her tell the story, she was like, he lied to me because I asked him who he was going to vote for, and he wouldn't tell me who he was going to vote for. Even if he had told you who he was going to vote for, you still wouldn't have voted for Jonathan. So why does it fucking matter? So you've made an enemy over something stupid. And Lolo, was trying to talk to her or whatever. So they end up going into the room. Her and Natalie roll up in the room at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, Tamar's awake, and Tamar's like, well, what were y'all doing? What were y'all talking about? And you could tell that, she is it's Big Brother. Everybody's fucking paranoid. Whenever somebody's having a conversation with somebody else, everybody's paranoid, worrying about who said what, who's talking about me behind my back, who said this. And so the next morning, so they were like, Lola was like, I'm trying to get some sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and Tamar wants me to talk. She doesn't trust us. She just doesn't trust anybody, and I'm just getting sick of this. So Tamar asked her what was going on. And when Lolo starts trying to tell, Tamar's biggest problem is Tamar doesn't fucking let anybody else talk but her. And she feels like it's okay to cut people off. She feels like it's okay to be disruptive to people. Instead of listening to what somebody, I did a review earlier. I don't know if y'all look at Marriage Boot Camp. But something that Judge Lynn told us she said conversations should have a lot of pauses. Because if you're ready to talk as soon as I get done talking, then that means that somewhere in the middle of my conversation of what I was saying to you, you stopped listening and you started thinking about your response. And it's the same thing with Tamar. It's like nobody can fucking get a thought out because you don't let people talk. I've seen it on the Braxtons. You just don't let nobody talk. So when Lolo was trying to tell her the conversation she had with Dana, she wasn't saying whether what Dana was saying was right or wrong. She was just telling her the conversation. Tamar kept cutting her off, talking about something. No, that ain't true. She lying. That's stupid. Nah, she ain't like. And Lolo was like, yo, she was like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've only been asleep for a couple of hours. Like, I'm just trying to tell you what she said. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just telling you the conversation. But here's where the problem would happen. Lolo went from 0 to 1,000. Not even 100. 1,000. And she starts cussing and throwing shit. And talking about, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing this with you. And she's yanking off her microphone. Like, she's going off. And I was like, oh, is this the scene where she puts her hands on Tamar? And they get to arguing. And, I mean, Lolo, it was nasty. Like, Lolo was really going off. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened here? You know, like, whoa. And then she comes back in the room and her and Tamar start going at it again. And she calls Tamar a bitch. And, you know, that's when Tamar was like, okay, now, bitch. And Candy actually pulled Tamar out the room. And Tamar was like, all right, you got one, but I ain't got two bitches in me. Like, you got that one, but you won't get this, you know, it won't happen again. And actually, Tamar actually started packing her stuff. And when they were asking her, were you leaving? She was like, no, I'm not leaving. I thought she was just moving rooms because they have an extra bed now that Jonathan's gone. I thought she was moving rooms because her and Lolo share a room. And then she was like, no, I'm not moving rooms. And so then, you know, Tom asked her, he was like, so you quit? She was like, I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. What the fuck you doing? You packing your clothes. Either you moving to another room or you're leaving the house. One way. What are you doing? And if you're leaving the house, you're fucking quitting. Now, you're quitting for your own reason, but you're quitting. So, Lolo ends up apologizing to Tamar, and they hug it out, and it's all good. But clearly there was another blow up because, like I said, word on the street, according to bsky.com, love, y'all know who I'm talking about. There was another blow up with them. The other thing was Kato was trying to figure out who he was going to vote for. And one of his reasons for voting. Now, see, here's my problem with people. Say what you mean to mean what you say. Kato talking about something. I've lived with roommates my whole life, and I don't like mess, and Tamar is messy, and she refuses to clean up. And that ain't your reason for voting her off the show. Then after he said all that, then he says, and there's a lot of drama with her. That's your reason for voting her off the show. That's it. And it's okay for that. That's a good enough reason. But all of that, she don't clean up behind herself. She ain't the only one in there that don't clean up behind herself. Stop making it out like, and, you know, Tamar was like, I'm not your motherfucking maid. They were like, well, you were cooking and you refused to clean up. And she was like, because I was cooking. Now, here's the thing. There are two ways of looking at that. I wasn't there for they showed a scene of her cooking. And there are two ways to look at that. Either A, because I know I grew up in my house. If the person that cooked didn't have to worry about cleaning the kitchen. And maybe that's the mentality she had. Maybe that's how them Braxtons grew up. If the person that cooked don't have to clean. Or two, I don't like nobody sweeping and shit around my food. And see, Kato started sweeping and shit while she was still cooking her food. That's nasty. I don't like that. So maybe Tamar was going to clean up when she got done cooking. When she, you know what I'm saying? Because she didn't want nobody sweeping and shit around her food. But neither here nor there. Here comes the nomination ceremony. Kato puts Tamar up on the block, and that was one of the things he said, talking about something about her not cleaning up. And here, once again, here we go with Tamar. She cutting him off. I'm not your maid. Da-da-da-da-da. Every time he said something, she had a rebuttal. Every time he said, just boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, Tamar, all this you just buying into everybody's mindset about you, everybody's narrative about you. You just buying into it. Then he says to Dana, basically, you know, you were rooting against me at the POV competition, boom, boom, boom. And even Dina was like, okay, that was a dumb reason. But here's the thing. Kato's trying to backdoor Ryan. And so, yeah, he put those two people up there because if they go home, he probably wouldn't be mad. But they're not his real target. His real target is, I think he wants to backdoor Ryan. Anyway, that's what went down. We'll see how the rest of this week goes. And I don't know if I'm probably can find some more information about what went on with Tamar, but I'm sure we'll find out. Peace.